Welcome to Mind Myself, Dr. Ryan Wagner.
Hey, welcome. Thank you, Esther.
And it's so great to have you with us, part of the Mind Myself team. We're really thrilled to have you with us.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, so welcome. So let's dive right into some of the questions that we have for the people
Sure.
watching this video. First, let's start off by telling people a bit about your credentials, how you chose your particular career path, and why you're passionate about it.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, I started to study at the University of Toledo. I got my bachelor's in pharmaceutical sciences, and I went on to earn my doctorate in pharmacy. Later, I went back to school, the School of Applied Functional Medicine, to learn how to apply functional medicine to my practice. And I also studied at the Institute of Functional Medicine and the Kresser Institute. And credentials, as far as my credentials go, I've earned others besides just functional medicine. I'm a certified wild fit coach, a certified holistic coach, a certified fitness coach, and a life book leader. So, how did I choose this career path? How did all of this evolve? Well, it really started as a kid. I love math and science, and I knew I wanted to help others. But when I was in junior high school, I came down with chronic urticaria, which is hives all over my body, and I went to the doctors, I went to the specialists, the allergists, did all kinds of different diagnostic tests and different diets. This actually got me interested in the medical field. So my mom worked for an orthopedic surgeon. I went and watched some surgeries. It was okay. And I was like, when I visited my cousin, who was a pharmacist, I thought that was a better fit for me. So hence my path to the University of Toledo and pharmacy school. But my path into functional medicine really started when my wife and I had problems that just couldn't be addressed by just regular conventional medicine. And I've always been curious. I always have this thirst for knowledge and want to learn more. And I wanted to know why. So this is functional medicine gets at the root cause of the problem and why it's really happening. And the passion comes from my curiosity and that desire to know why. I remember when I was a kid, my dad just telling me, you always ask why. I want that scientific proof. I want to see, how the answer can really totally transform the person's life and put them on a whole new trajectory. That transformation is pretty amazing.
Well, that's awesome, Ryan. And I know from my experience of you just over the past couple of years, you're always learning and you're always looking into something new and adding it to your toolkit. And so you bring this wealth of knowledge to the table, which is so awesome. So maybe tell us a little bit about who your favorite patients or clients are to work with and a little bit about who that might be.
Sure. So my ideal client or patient, I love to work with others that are also curious, right? That person, that client, that patient, they have to be willing to change because we're going to be changing their behaviors, changing their lifestyle. All of this, if you continue to do what you've always been doing, you're going to continue to get what you've already gotten. And they have to want to learn. They have to be open to new ideas, listen to other options. A person that's ready for their own personal development, because it really is a personal development journey that we go on together. And usually the people that come are some of the sickest people because they've tried everything before and nothing else has really worked out, but they also have the most to gain. And that's what makes it so rewarding.
That's such a great way to put it. They have the most to gain. Wow. Mm-hmm. So, and in your practice, which has so many elements in its toolkit, what would you say your particular focuses are?
So chronic disease is running rampant, right? And people usually present with any chronic disease, but disease usually begins in the gut. So I focus on the gut and then branch out from there, because any chronic disease usually starts with inflammation. So if I focus on the gut dysfunction, it may start with nutrition or fixing the gut bacteria or their digestion, the absorption, what nutrients they're taking in, inflammation in the gut, leaky gut, all these different things. I also focus on metabolic dysfunction. So they may want to increase their metabolism. They may want to lose weight. They may want more energy. These people may present as a diabetic patient. But there's also those that I focus on. It's called the HPATG axis. And this is really hormone balance and stress management. It includes your hypothalamus, your pituitary, your thyroid, your adrenals, your gonads, all of the dysfunction that comes with hormones. So all of that is hormonal dysfunction.
Wow, big topics. And we need help, especially women in their 40s and 50s and beyond. It's that time of life when we're exploring those things because we kind of have to. So that's amazing that you offer some of these services to us. That's awesome. So we've explored a little bit about what you do. Now let's jump a little bit into who you are. How do your closest friends and colleagues describe you?
Well, my colleagues would describe me as the food doctor. Because of my depth of knowledge with food and nutrition and the human diet. Some just call me coach because I coach on so many other, holistic lifestyle changes and things. And others are even personal trainer if I'm focused on fitness. My friends will call me the smoothie king, because I'm always has a green smoothie, right? And I share a lot of smoothie recipes, but they'll ask me, what's in that and what are you drinking today? My patients, they usually call me just Dr. Ryan, but they describe me as this compassionate listener and an understanding teacher. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's amazing. And that's my experience of you too. Compassionate and a good listener and very present. And that's so helpful in the journey and a health journey and helping someone navigate that.
Thanks, Esther.
Yeah, you're welcome. And maybe you could describe a little bit about preparation for an initial session with you, and then an initial session. What does that look like?
Sure. Yeah, there is a little preparation before we start. So prior to my initial consult, I have my patients fill out a questionnaire to start to gather all of that past medical history and family history. They also submit any past lab work that they have in the last couple of years. So I start to review all of that, and it's really comes to puzzle piecing. It's all prior to the meeting and start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Because at the first meeting, it may be an hour, maybe 2 hours, getting to know you as the patient and asking more questions to fill in all these missing details. The patient can expect to leave with this first session with some initial steps. There's going to be some homework, some things that they can do. It may be changing behavior, lifestyle things. It may be taking a supplement, or maybe I may order some other diagnostic test. But that first session can be a longer one because we got to get to know each other and put those pieces of the puzzle together.
Excellent. And about how much time should someone expect to spend on that first history that they're going to fill in for you online before your session?
Yeah, the questionnaire, gathering that information, it may take them, 20 minutes. There's a pretty long list of questions there to go through, but yeah, 20, 30 minutes maybe to go through those questions.
And it's worth it because it's establishing the whole foundation of your work together. So that's amazing.
That is true.
And then what kind of sales and services or products do you particularly offer? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. My signature program is Body Optimized. It's a holistic approach to really optimizing your body, building a stronger relationship with your body. This program creates a bunch of healthy habits and routines. It dives deeper into nutrition. You go into fitness and sleep and mindfulness. But I also teach Wild Fit, which is a nutrition program. It's about the human diet, but also your thoughts, your feelings, and beliefs about the food that you're eating. I've got seasonal detox programs that support the body with detox and recovery. And I also coach 10X Fitness, which is a strength training program for people of any age, because it focuses on the minimum effective dose of strength training to build, and maintain muscle, 10 times faster. That's where it gets its name, 10X. Finally, I offer Lifebook Premium, which is really a deep dive into personal development and setting goals around these main 12 pillars of your life. Everything from parenting to relationships to finance and health, to quality of life and what is your life purpose. So kind of putting it all together in one big package.
Wow, you sure cover a lot of bases with your work. A session with you is going to be jam-packed with information and exploration, and I'm guessing challenge and invitation. So if you want to work with Dr. Ryan, roll up your sleeves, because it's going to require some work on your part too, which is awesome. So back to personal again, what do you do in your life to stay healthy? I know you've given some hints, but what are some things you focus on?
So I have daily, weekly, monthly health routines that I follow. And when you set up a routine like that, you don't have to think about it anymore. It just happens. I usually start my day with mindfulness and waking up my body, doing some kind of little exercise routine. Then I have to hydrate. So I have some lemon water with salt in it. I'll go for a walk outside so I can be with nature and get some sun. But throughout the day, my food focuses on whole foods, and I love smoothies. So any of those smoothie recipes. From an exercise perspective, I exercise about 15 minutes doing different strength training combinations. And it is 10X because it's strength training, muscular fitness, muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, all these things together in one. Throughout the week, I may sauna a few times a week. I have an infrared sauna.
Nice.
I do a detox, seasonally. And I take some targeted supplements to support what my body needs and figured out what I need more of. The day finishes with a meditation and journaling, emptying my mind, putting it all down on paper and showing an appreciation for that day.
Wow. So people who work with you are privileged to work with someone who's living the talk, walking the talk, not just talking the talk, but actually living it. So that's amazing. Live your message. I love it. That's fantastic. So along those lines, what's something in your life? I imagine there are a lot of things, but what's something in your life that you're most grateful for?
Well, functional medicine came later in my life, but I'm grateful that functional medicine exists because I get to witness the transformations that people have. And it can be totally life-changing for those people. They go back to work, or they can spend time with loved ones in a quality way. They have more energy, they release weight, they feel great in their body, they have confidence again. They can travel, they can live longer, healthier lives. So I'm grateful that they can function and they have a healthy, fulfilling life that can actually be measured, with an assessment. So the transformations people have is why I do it.
That's fantastic. And as we wrap up our conversation here, which has been so inspiring, Ryan, what's something you'd like to leave people with that they can take away with them today?
Sure. Food is information. And what you eat has a profound impact on your health. You know, just daily small little changes can just really add up. I've got lots of free resources on my website. You can go to pharmacycounter.com. That's
Love that.
FARMACYCOUNTER. There's a 3-day detox there on my website. It's a great place to start. If there's one thing that I tell people to do to change with their diet, it's the quality of fat that they eat and improving the quality of fat. So the fat makes up our cell membranes. It's hugely important in our cellular metabolism and the energy in our energy levels. So thanks, Esther.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. And for those of you watching, definitely check out Ryan's Mind Myself profile below and visit his website for even more detailed information, and check out the podcasts that he's going to share with us. And I'm sure there'll be some blog posts coming too, because he's such a wealth of information. So thank you for this today. And we so appreciate having you as part of our team here, Ryan.
Thank you, Esther. Much appreciation.